Hello everybody. Hope you all are doing well. I'm Kajuju and this is a deck check. I'll be giving you straight up gameplay and impressions of how well each of the various games work through the Steam Deck, as well as how the controls feel, what settings I had to use to get the game to run smoothly, and whether I personally prefer to play this game on the PC or the Steam Deck. I won't be doing any sort of deep dive into the performance or hardware of the Steam Deck itself. I'll leave the performance overlay on for the FPS for you to observe as we go through this deck check. Timestamps are provided for you to get straight to the part that you are interested in. So be sure to check that, especially if you want to just see gameplay with no commentary. So let's get started. The game that we are checking out today is Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid was released in 2013 and it has gained a surge in popularity as it has updated its gameplay and graphics over the years. If you're not sure what Project Zomboid is, it is a zombie survival game that can be played solo or in multiplayer. You loot, build, craft, fight, farm, and fish as you struggle to survive a zombie-infested world. To sum it all up, Project Zomboid is about how you died. At the time of this recording, Project Zomboid's current Steam Deck compatibility is unsupported. Unsupported means that Valve has said that this game is not functional on the Steam Deck. But since I am doing this video, Project Zomboid is indeed possible to play on the Steam Deck. So let's dive right into it. So if you're expecting to just download Project Zomboid and launch it, you may be disappointed to find that it just doesn't launch with the default settings upon installation. But don't worry, there's an easy fix for that. All you have to do is go into the gear icon, go down to properties, then down to compatibility, checkmark force the use of the specific Steam Play compatibility tool if it is not checkmarked already, and then select Steam Linux Runtime, and the game should just magically be able to launch now. Project Zomboid is a game with heavy keyboard and mouse controls, but I didn't realize the game already has controller support built into it, which is a pleasant surprise. You'll be prompted with Xbox controls, which match up with the Steam Deck's controller layout well. I recommend doing the short tutorial before playing if you're not familiar with the controller layout. I did not do that and could not for the life of me figure out how to use my weapon. So save yourself some misery and familiarize yourself with the controls. The layout I am using is the recommended layout that it has defaulted to, which is the gamepad with joystick trackpad. I pretty much left it all as is, with the exception of making my right trackpad the mouse and left click, the left trackpad as right click, and the L4 back grip as scroll wheel up and L5 back grip as scroll wheel down. The main menu for the game can entirely be navigated with the controller. No need to use the trackpad mouse. I only have it there for when I feel like using it to navigate the in-game UI. The controls can take a bit of memorization to do, and it can be quite fatal when you're panicking as a horde of zombies is trying to devour you. Moving around, facing your character, pushing, and attacking are all easy to do. My grips with the controls mostly lie in remembering which radial menu the game has put within one of those buttons. There was one occasion where I took a really long time figuring out which button it was and just slowly bled out. But once you've understand the controls, playing on the Steam Deck is quite enjoyable. I played the game at a resolution of 1280 by 800. Settings does not allow me to change it to 1280 by 720 to get rid of those black spaces on the left and right of this video. 1280 by 800 is the native resolution for the Steam Deck, so on the Steam Deck those black spaces aren't there and the game fills up the entire screen. The Steam Deck runs Project Zomboid very well. You can pretty much stay at 60 FPS the whole time while playing, which isn't much of a surprise since Project Zomboid isn't heavy on graphics to begin with. You can indeed have mods enabled as you play Project Zomboid. Steam Deck is just a PC, so you can have mods just like your desktop PC. Any mods that you have already been subscribed to on the Steam Workshop will be downloaded as you first install Project Zomboid. You can also access the Steam Workshop through the Steam Deck UI, but the actual Steam Workshop page can only be navigated through touch controls and doesn't show the whole page. It is better to just switch to desktop mode and just subscribe to the mods from there. The Steam Workshop UI looks full on the recording, but the Steam Deck itself doesn't show the whole page. Mods can be toggled in the main menu of the Project Zomboid just like on the desktop PC. The game will reload the Lua scripts and you'll see that the mods appear when starting a new game. Even though Steam has labeled Project Zomboid as unsupported, I personally feel that it should have a verified status or at least playable. I understand that out of the box it deserves the unsupported status since you can't just download the game and play. You have to do some extra manual steps to get the game to launch, but you only need to do that once. And Steam will remember that setting specifically for that game. So once you get the game launched, it just works. There really isn't much for me to say, it just works. You don't need to modify the default controller layout. You can just start the game as normal. The controller scheme has a bit of a learning curve, but that mostly lies with the various radio menus that the game hides behind several buttons. It's not as terrible as I make it sound to be, but it does take some getting used to. Personally, I would play Project Zomboid on the Steam Deck instead of my desktop PC. PC controls are much easier and something that I am much more comfortable with, but during my session of trying it on the Steam Deck, I enjoyed having a very in-depth zombie survival game on the go. And I am willing to push past that learning curve in the controls. But let me know in the comments down below if you think otherwise or if I missed anything you'd like to see for the next video. If there is a specific game you'd like me to try out, feel free to leave a suggestion in the comments as well. I'll leave some gameplay after this outro for you to watch if you just want to see gameplay without any commentary. Yeah, so remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.